Hey, what is up, guys? I have another movie review for you guys. Today I'm gonna be reviewing the movie Detroit. So I was able to catch Detroit at a special screening a few days ago, and let me just say, this movie is very, very, very intense. And what I mean by that is, so let me first start off and say, when I went into this film, I had no idea what to expect. I knew the cast was an A-list cast. Like it was a bunch of very talented people. Catherine Bigelow is also a very talented director. She's won an Oscar before. Several of her movies have been nominated for Oscars for Best Picture. So I kind of went in there expecting the movie to be really, really good just based on the talent involved. But as we know with all films, just because a bunch of talented people are involved does not mean you're going to get a good end product. Now, with Detroit, the end product is one that left me as I was watching in the theater, I had chills. And that's a good thing. This movie is the way the way this movie was made is the way films are supposed to be made. You're supposed to sit in the theater and you're supposed to feel like you're actually in the movie. This movie, it took a while to get going. Like the first 20 minutes were a bit like, I was kind of sitting there like, am I actually gonna, care like what's going on, what's gonna happen? I'm not really that interested. Just because the way the story is told, it's based on the Detroit riots that take place, I believe, in 1967. And it's pretty much told from the story of the people in the hotel in Detroit and Will Poulter, the bad guy cop. So in the beginning, because there's so many different viewpoints, it's kind of hard to get into the film. But after the first 20 minutes, it's kind of like, I don't know, like a bulldozer just came and like knocked me over. Because I was just like, holy shit, like I'm officially like into this movie. I feel like I'm right there with them, right with the Detroit riots. It reminded me a lot of like Dunkirk, because Dunkirk in the same way, like there isn't really a lot of character development, but it doesn't really matter. And Detroit it's not exactly similar because there is definitely more character development than Dunkirk, but you still feel like it pretty much the reason why you feel like you're actually in that situation is not necessarily because of the characters themselves, but because of the actors, the way they portray those characters specifically, and Catherine Bigelow, how she's able to direct her film. So overall, I think Detroit is, I mean, I've said this a lot about a bunch of the movies that I've reviewed, but I definitely think Detroit is a film that's in contention to be a Best Picture nominee. I think Catherine Bigelow is definitely in the running for a Best Director nominee at the Oscars. So that probably tells you what you need to know of how I think about this film. I think very highly of it. When I go to a movie, regardless of what it's trying to tell, like whether it's a comedy, it's a drama, it's a real life event that happened and they're portraying it in film. If I sit in the movie and I actually feel like, if I can actually feel what actually happened to the characters in the movie, I walk away giving the movie a good review. Just because I think you don't go to films just to waste time. You go to films to actually, experience, whether it's laughing, whether it's just feeling emotion. So if a movie can actually make me feel the emotion that the characters are feeling, then I'm gonna give the movie a good review. What sets apart the good movies from the great movies, in my opinion, is just obviously like the editing, the actual story, how the actors are. And in the case for Detroit definitely has fantastic acting across the board. I wouldn't be surprised if a few of the actors, obviously they're not all gonna get nominations at the Oscars, but I wouldn't be surprised if, for example, like a guy like Will Poulter got a Best Supporting nod. Just that's just how strong these actors were in portraying their characters. And like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if Catherine Bigelow got another nomination for Best Director. She definitely deserves it. Yeah, so overall, Detroit's definitely one of the best films of the year. It's definitely in my top 5. I definitely see it getting a lot of award season buzz. It's definitely the type of film to generate the buzz come award season time. Overall, I'd probably give it an 8.5/9 out of 10. Just because the first 20 minutes of the film didn't, it took a while, not a while, but the first 20 minutes of the film, I was just like not really into it. So I kind of have to take a few points away from the film for that. But it's definitely a film that's going to make you feel things. It's very intense, so be prepared for that. And I highly recommend you guys go check it out. When it comes to great filmmaking, this and films like Dunkirk and War for the Planet of the Apes are definitely films that you should go check out to see what a great film is supposed to look like. But anyways, let me know what you guys think. If you guys watched the movie, if you guys didn't watch the movie, are you guys gonna watch the movie? If you guys have any questions about the film for me, I'll be more than happy to answer it for you. Again, I didn't want to go into the actual plot details of the film just because I don't do spoiler reviews. This is a non-spoiler review, but if you did have a question specifically about an aspect of the film that you wanted me to go over, just please comment down below. And always please like, comment, subscribe, and share my video, and I'll catch you guys next time.